it'll be fun times. So shout outs to him. And here we go. Looks like we got our uncle start for both of our racers here. Nothing major, but ooh, some divergence already. One up going the southern route, probably going to pick up some bombs on the way. We have Hahasell going to go visit Uncle. 2 quick items up there. Usually it's a good idea to check the tree, which is what Hahasell's about to do. See if you get something like bombs. Not this case. One up did pick up 1 bomb by the Lost Wood, or not Lost Woods. The Flute Boy Woods, whatever that's called. Now, this is key sanity, so you're going to see things like the map that we just picked up. You're going to see small keys and big keys outside of their respective dungeons. The whole idea, well, perfect example right there, a Misery Mire key. The goal, of course, is to be able to beat all of the dungeons, so you definitely need most of the big keys, not all of them, but most of them in order to beat the dungeons. There's a number of small keys you're probably going to need, so you'll have to keep an eye out for that. Maps, of course, will show up. Not that it's as important in this case, but they'll show you when you look at the big map, whether it's a pendant or a crystal dungeon, and compasses tell you how many chests you actually open in that dungeon. So they're useful. It's nice to have.
Indeed. So we did find one of the keys that's required for Turtle Rock. We need a minimum of 3 if we steal a key, and we need all 4 of those small keys if we have to open every chest.
Yeah, that's always a hard call if you want to open all the chests in Turtle Rock. Oh, that was a key in Lumberjacks. I couldn't tell if it was a small key or big key. I couldn't tell. That's important, though. That's going to be... I mean, they're going to have to eventually beat Aghanim's Tower anyway, so it's not as big of a deal, but just having it sit there and you're not sure when you can complete it. Ideally... Let's see, that's another Turtle Rock small key. Ideally, you want to kill Aghanim after you're done Ganon's Tower, because you sort of... You flute over there, Ganon, breaks the floor. You can mirror, you can do Aghanim's Tower. Just get it done all at once. In this case, they might not be able to do that, because you might need that key.
Alright, what does the well have for us?
Dark Palace.
Yes, one of those pod small keys that we need.
There's a total of 6 of those. You can route with less than that. Oh, we got a flute in the wells. That's nice.
We'll have some early music.
It's a pretty standard opening here. There's a ton of chests over here in the village. Ooh, we got a lantern. Nice to get that out of the way early. And lots of rupees. So technically our lantern is a progression item. You can check the one chest in the sewers at escape. Like, that's within logic now.
Kind of unequal trade-off there at the bottle vendor.
A fee for just talking to him. Alright, so we shall get our anthem of the tournament as our racers unlock the duck. So we have a question in chat. randomized sword essentially means the 4 swords that are in the game can be found anywhere. You can get them in Ganon's tower. You can get them in goofy locations somewhere in dungeons or behind fetch quest items. It just essentially means there's a sword somewhere. You of course do need at least 2 swords in order to beat the game, but that's the only requirement. And of course it might do something like you'll need a sword to beat Skull Woods or to enter Mire or Turtle Rock, in which case the logic will determine that, so you'll get a sword before you need to do those dungeons. Alright, so we got Hahasell buying some bombs. 1UP, check the Sanctuary chest, and then let's see if he does South Shore. I'm really surprised we have these Turtle Rock small keys already. Like, of all the dungeons, those are the ones we have the most in keys.
It could be an omen for things to come.
Gotta do that early dip to Turtle Rock, maybe. It's always fun. Oh, a glove in the library. I don't know if we saw that on 1UP side. I might have missed it, but you're probably gonna get boots somewhat early, which is nice.
And Hahasell is just checking the maze game blind. It makes sense in Key Sanity. You're likely going to find something there that you're going to need.
Right. The mode, since the bot might be a little slow, or I know it has a cooldown. It's all dungeons, Key Sanity, with normal difficulty, randomized sword, and what did I miss? Open, randomized sword, all dungeons, Key Sanity.
Yep. The blue mail was found.
Nice. I mean, we're low on hearts, so getting the blue mail out of the way early is nice. There's our map to Turtle Rock.
Paper cave.
Sorry.
No, I was just paper cave.
So unfortunately, Hahasell went over to Desert, but he didn't pick up the book yet. Oh, just a heart piece. That's another tough call, especially we haven't seen any of the... There's one small key and there's one big key. We don't have any of those. The question is, do you go over the Desert early just to sort of scout it out? It's a hard call right now. You're probably not going to get anything. But if they had a glove, they could potentially steal a key and gamble that way. Alright, looks like 1UP is going to go do the front of Escape. Hahasell's taking a look at the Ice Rod Cave. Oh, there was... Thank you from our tracker there. There was the Pearl on Desert Ledge, which of course the book unlocks. Still no other access to Dark World, because they're going to need that one of the gloves and either hammer or the second glove. So we got a while to go yet. But knowing where that Pearl is good knowledge.
And that was our Desert Palace big key as well on Hahasell's side.
Oh, that's tempting now. Hahasell is about to pick up his book here. So that could be a Pearl since he has that knowledge. Yeah, the useless map of GT.
And 1UP is going to give us a look at the interior of Hyrule Castle.
Technically, at this point, it's a sequence break past this first chest here and the one in the sewers. However, that won't stop him from just continuing on and taking a look at what's there. Just because it's a sequence break doesn't mean you're not going to get anything good. Nice mini Moldorm for Hahasell. Nothing in here really, but it's good to get it out of the way.
all dungeons really puts less of an emphasis on finding maps to figure out what dungeons you actually have to complete, since you have to do them all anyway.
Yeah. Basically, if you can complete a dungeon, go for it in this mode. Ooh, the mirror for one up. And we see Hahasell gonna go rescue the old man. It's funny that our races are sort of trading off. One up gets the mirror, which Hahasell could really use on Death Mountain. Meanwhile, Hahasell has that knowledge of like the Desert Pearl. And you know, we'll get around to it eventually. Oh no. One up's gonna have to do some bomb strats on the flail guard here.
Very nice.
Just enough. Oh, a sword! Wow, escape is generous right now. We got a sword and the mirror, which are technically behind the Hyrule Castle small key. I didn't see what Hahasell noticed. He's gonna go pick it up. There is a hint tile here, so maybe we'll get to read our first hint of the game. A unique item is in plain sight. Can you get any more clear?
I'd say it helps a little bit, at least.
There's so... I don't even have a count. There's like a dozen items that are in plain sight.
You know, Hahasell's making a beeline for that moon pearl.
He has the desert big key. He can't complete desert because he's missing a glove, but you'll still be able to check. You'll be able to see what's on the lamp. You'll get 2 chests, and of course you have that pearl, so it's pretty decent. Doesn't take up too much time. One up is saving the old man himself. He might continue on up to Hera. Yeah, there's a few trolley unique items as well. So just because it's a unique item doesn't mean it's going to be good. Especially in key sanity. Because the big keys are all unique. I believe they count as unique. I could be mistaken about that.
I'll have to look that up later.
Oh, the bow! What a nice find.
Speaking of unique items.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? The pearl is probably a unique item. It's in plain sight.
That could be very true.
So we got the bow. No Eastern Big Key, but hey, maybe you can gamble and see if you'll get the Eastern Big Key on the way there. It's funny that there's a sword in the Zelda cell, since... Well, no, he has the bow. Hahasell has the bow, so he could use the bow for escape, and it looks like he's gonna do just that. One up gets his very useful hint. He looks like he's going to try to do a bomb jump across the gap here. It's a tricky bomb jump.
Just
Nicely
nails
done.
it.
And one up will give us a sight of Hera. He can only get 2 items here, plus there's a hint tile, and he becomes a Stalfos. That's funny. The old man becomes a Stalfos. He could opt to check Ether. It looks like he's skipping that for now. Oh, another useless hint. There's the mirror for Hahasell. One-Up is going to go read the Ether tablet for us now. So, essentially, we're looking at Eastern. That's it. Oh, a sword upgrade at Ether. Nice to get later on. So let's see. In terms of places we can get, I think, yeah, Eastern is it. We can't get to Zora yet. I mean, they could fake Flipper there, but again, that'd be a sequence break. Meyer is our green pendant. I think it's useful to know the green pendant and the fat fairy crystals at least.
And pod key number 2.
It's good to get those out of the way early. It's a difficult decision when you actually want to go to pod. Ideally, you want at least 4 small keys so you can full clear it, but you know, sometimes you just gotta go early. And we did get a bottle, apparently. Alright, One-Up is heading in. He does not have the bell, but again, that doesn't really make a difference right now. Okay, we have a small key at Lumberjacks. We have a small key in the lake. Number 3.
Number 3.
Oh my gosh. Where is that progression? I mean, oh man, what are we gonna find? Gotta be like boots or something. I feel like Key Sanity likes to give you a hook shot early just because there's so many chests over on Eastern Death Mountain.
Hahasell's also making his way over to Eastern.
So our runners are fairly close to each other right now. The big difference is that One-Up needs to head to Ice Rock Cave to get his Desert Big Key so he can go to Desert to get his Pearl and his bow. But other than that, he's not really stopped from progressing. Here's the boots, which we know gives us a glove, which gives us Back of Escape and Zora. Oh, I missed that hint.
A unique item is an Eastern Palace. I wonder what it was.
I wonder.
Not quite sure. Bit ambiguous.
It must have been that compass they got earlier.
Probably.
Wow, the hints are on point today, aren't they? You know, they can actually... Oh, no, it's not in logic. I was going to say with the glove, they can beat Desert, but technically it's not within logic yet. But still, it's a good thing to get out of the way, maybe.
Well, there's a glove upgrade. We know where the other one's at.
Oh, that's it. That's our Dark World access. One-Up still, of course, needs to get that Pearl. Looks like he's going to take a look at the sick kid for us. And probably, of course, get his glove. Oh, just a 50. So Desert's a sequence break because they haven't gotten the small key yet. Technically, you could steal the small key from the second half of the dungeon, take it to the first half, and, you know, waste it there rather than beating it. Alright, so 1UP has his mitts. Still needs to go get that Moon Pearl over at Desert.
I suspect we're probably going to see a couple more overroll checks first, though.
Yeah, there's a couple quick ones here. There's Hahasell's first glove.
Okay, so that is indeed a small key.
Okay. There's a chance they don't need that. I would say about half the small keys are sort of useless to us. Either it unlocks, like, it removes a sequence break, or, you know, it's actually required. Or it's just, yeah, removes a sequence break, or it's actually required.
I mean, if they find 2 CT small keys and get a second sword or the cape, I could see them making the play to Aga one earlier just to see what that key is.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of ifs there.
Alright, 1UP is going to look at the back of Escape for us. And looks like Hahasell is going to also check Flanctuary and the King's Tomb. There's our other tunic. Wow. And the Meyer big key, which they need the medallion to get in, but otherwise it's accessible. Except for the medallion, so not really, but soon.
We'd have to find Samaria as well if we wanted to finish it.
True. But Meyer's one of those interesting dungeons that has a lot of chests in it. You wouldn't expect that outside of Key Sanity because there's only 2 items, but because of all the small keys and chests there, it's actually really useful to go in for Key Sanity. So it looks like we'll need Quake to get there.
OneUp is going to be happy to find this.
He's gonna miss out on that bow, though. That's gonna hurt. And Hahasell also in the Meyer area. Of course, he's already done Desert, so he's just going to go... He could opt to beat it. I'll have to say.
It is dangerous, because if there are 2 items over on that left or the right side of Desert, you could spend a long time trying to find the key for it.
Right, but if it's Thieves' big key, that's nice to get when they have Dark World access. I would say in all dungeons, it's better to beat Desert versus stealing the key and just looking at the items. It's even more dangerous to, you know, have that small key. It could be anywhere. If it's a pendant dungeon, it could even be in Ganon's Tower, and you don't want to go through that. Oh, he's going for it.
Yeah, it's a good call.
So outside of Dark World, the only other thing we have currently is Zora within Logic in Light World that we haven't seen. oneup will make his way into the Dark World here. We'll see if we go for Skull Woods or if he just goes right towards Thieves and Village of Outcasts first. Hahasell's about to fight using bow strats, Landmo. And oneup is going right to Village. No, the small key cannot be on Landmo because you can basically block yourself from beating the game, if that were the case. Another pod small key. The game wants them to go there. They don't even have the big key there. They just have a bunch of small keys for it. Oh, just a piece of heart. But one of our crystals. Nice to have. Lots of rupees and thieves so far.
Hook shot.
Ooh, nice. There's our East Death Mountain, and that's all of East Death Mountain, dark and light, that they can do.
I think you were saying something earlier about hook shot and key sanity.
I know, it's so early. So many items over there. All right, oneup is heading to the back half of Thieves. Hahasell right behind him. Gonna clear out Village of Outcasts here, and I imagine going into Thieves shortly. Some racers might opt to wait a little bit until they find that Thieves small key, because you really, and Hammer, of course. Just because you don't want to double dip Thieves if it's required. Ooh, we're gonna get a hint. It's just generic today. That one's a little better. There's only a few friendly people. But I guess if you don't get anything good from like Blacksmith and Old Stumpy, you can opt to do Catfish since he's one of the friendly people. Oh, that puts our sword and mirror within Logic now. For oneup, he just picked up the Hyrule Castle small key. Yeah. Is it already covered, though? Did we get anything good? Sick Kid was just rupees. I think it was just a heart container in Agina. Ah, true. Good point. Let's see if I get your name right. Recitador? Recitador?
I think it's Recitador.
Okay. I'm bad at names. I apologize. But technically, you could take the small key by the orb on the left-hand side and come all the way down here and open the big chest instead of going upstairs.
Basically, the logic assumes that you'll use the keys in the worst possible way.
Right. Because we don't want soft locks when we play a seed. I've never seen anyone actually do that play either. I'm looking forward to the one time it actually pays off.
It would be the gamble of the century.
Yeah.
Alright, 1UP gets his first crystal.
So we got one good thing. We got that hook shot here. Within logic, no less, because it was in the first part of the dungeon. Though, given that he has the mitts and the mirror, he might opt to clear out the rest of the Dark World, overworld stuff here, like visiting blacksmiths, purple chests, of course making your way over to Hype Cave, because there is a bunch of chests over there. Looks like chat's enjoying those hint tiles so far. Another small key. Where are these big keys? Another pod small key. Number 5. Wow. I haven't been keeping track. Thankfully, our tracker's on that. But 5 small keys, and we have the bow, so they can essentially do everything but, yeah, but go to the boss and the big chest. Man, that might be required early.
Which would put Hahasell at quite the disadvantage because he doesn't have a bow. He'd have to. He could potion glitch his way.
You mean 1UP?
Into those checks. Oh, 1UP? Ah. I'm bad.
That's true. Unfortunately, they only have a bee in a bottle at this point, but if he opts to, you know, go fill that first, a blue cane from the blacksmith, that is a unique item from someone friendly.
The prophecy has been fulfilled.
That's right. Alright, we get a... Oh, no sea house for 1UP. We were about to get a high 5. I think Dodongo dislikes smoke is an actual, like, fake hint that you'll get.
TR is our number 5 crystal.
One of our Fat Fairy crystal. Oh, I should say Pyramid Fairy. I apologize.
And Swamp Palace is also a crystal.
So we'll be getting that Swamp Small Key sooner than later. Turtle Rock. You know, these are the good keys, though. Getting Pod Small Keys and Turtle Rock Small Keys, those are nice. Getting, like, Skull Woods and Mire, pretty much useless. You technically don't need any small keys to even beat Vitreous and Mire, so the only thing getting small keys early tells you is that there might be something on the left-hand side in Mire.
I mean, one small key also kind of helps with the routing inside Mire a little bit.
Yeah, it's nice to have.
All right, what does Bombo's tablet have for us? We won't be able to get it yet.
Silvers! Wow, the tablets today. They're better than the hints.
Do you think he'll go back for them?
Maybe. Depending if he has a sword when he goes to do Swamp. I could see it being a quick thing to go grab. Alright. Get your hypes ready, chat. Here we go. Hype Cave. With a small key to Turtle Rock. Our last one. Followed by a useless Ganon's Tower small key. And that's it. I don't know. Maybe 3 out of 10 on the hype index.
TR small key is nice to have. Yeah. 3 out of 10, I'd agree with that.
You be able to fully clear. You don't have to worry about checking that vanilla big key chest. True, Data. With all dungeons, the Ganon's Tower small key is a little more useful. Alright, so 1-up is over on East Death Mountain. We have a metric ton of items over here. There's 15, I think.
Ish.
No, 14. No, 15. I was right. Spiral Cave. Spiral Cave's 15. Great location to check, though. Super item dense location, always good, especially in Key Sanity. Trying to limit your double dips of dungeons are useful, which is why Hammer. Now that is nice. Hahasell right on 1-up's trail here. Oh, we might be getting a bottle. Okay, we're getting a bomb purchase. No. Oh, maybe. Yeah. Getting a potion as well. Nice. We might be seeing that glitch sooner than later, because 1-up still needs to get that bow from Desert. It's gonna be a while. How was it? I missed it. Hopefully someone in chat saw it.
I never saw a map check after the map was found for it.
You'll see our runners doing a glitch here to remove the small blocks. When you push it, you just use the mirror and they disappear. Only works outside of dungeons, of course, because if you do it inside a dungeon, you're going to go back to the entrance, and then you'll be sad.
Tell your friends to do it. They'll be very happy with you.
That's right. Like, just do it right before Cold Stare. Oh, a fire rod up here as well. That means they can beat Skull Woods. And there's our sword. So I don't know if 1-up checked. Yeah, 1-up knows. You can actually go get it tempered right now.
Quake for Turtle Rock.
So we only need that one medallion, huh?
I missed what was on floating island. Was that is that a compass?
Yes. Alright, oneup picking up his sword upgrade. Still haven't seen Spiral Cave, but just head back. Do it real quick. So in terms of items to beat the game, we need the cane, we need the ice rod, we need Quake. We need flippers, and that's it. And we need a ton of big keys because we haven't been getting many. But that's just key sanity for you.
It's got to be something, right?
Always.
All right, oneup. Where are you gonna go next?
This is all dungeons key sanity. We're getting that. We're getting to play. Play the pod.
Without the bow or the big key, he won't be able to finish it, but he'll be able to find a lot of items, especially if he uses the potion glitch, which I presume is why he probably got that red potion.
I mean, if he does that, then he should be still, like, right set with Hahasell, assuming there's actually something good over there. Oh, there we go. We have a Pyramid Fairy crystal in Skull Woods. We knew about Meyer already, and you mentioned Turtle Rock before. So in pod itself, we have 6 chests that normally contain items, and then we have we have
6 keys.
Sorry, yeah, 6 keys, I should say. 5 chests that normally contain items, so that's 11. And then we also have the 3 chests for the other items. That's like 14 items. Pod is a great place to go in key sanity. Spike Cave just bombs.
Now, since oneup appears to have opened up the front entrance, which makes sense because he doesn't have the bow, he'll need a hammer yump if he wants to fully clear everything that he can right now and still make sure that he can finish the dungeon later.
Right. Nothing so far. Hahasell, I think, is making a play for Skull Woods with that fire rod. And he'll be able to do everything but the big chest.
Alright, so that our butter sword is in the western section of Swamp Palace.
That's very time consuming to get.
I don't see him going for it.
Yeah. Silvers is one thing. That's a couple screen transitions. But it's about, I think it's over a minute to do left-hand side of Swamp. Alright, so we had the potion glitch for oneup. Basically, drinking a potion while moving the screen sort of unlocks the camera, which is why, as long as you get the mimics out of the way, the door opens. Oh! Turtle Rock big key! Wow.
So we just need a pendant and the ice rod. Or we need the medallion and the ice rod.
Right. And the cane.
And the cane. So not quite there yet.
But still, knowing that's behind Bo, like for oneup, that's knowledge. He knows that like the last half of Turtle Rock can't contain Bo from his perspective. We'll see if oneup opts to do the bomb jump coming up. Here's some bombs so he can attempt it. Hahasell is about to encounter Mothula. With Tempered, it shouldn't be too bad. Plenty of hearts. Oh, bufferless. Don't have much time to set that up.
A little high. And Hahasell's making work of Mothula here.
Yeah, with Tempered, it only requires 4 hits. Assuming you don't hit them into the spikes, of course.
Setting up a hammer jump bufferless is fairly difficult to do.
Oh, we're getting a key usage here. Oh, the Quake is on the left-hand side. Alright, so we got the Turtle Rock Big Key and Quake. Just need that cane to go in. Nothing that Ped. So the Ped dreams are dead. So that's 2 items left for oneup since he didn't have the big key for Pod and of course that bow.
Now, I think we're gonna get a Mire dip.
I think that's pretty decent. We got the 2 chests that normally contain items. We have 3 that contain small keys, and then we have the 3 dungeon items. So that's 8. Of course, one's on Vitreous, so he'll be able to access 7 of them without the cane.
By the way, for everybody who's just tuning in, this is the Fall 2018 A Link to the Past Randomizer Tournament. The symbols you see at the top of the screen are the settings for this match. It's going to be all dungeons, open mode, randomized swords, normal difficulty, with key sanity turned on.
Oh, Hahasell going to take a look at the hammer pegs since they weren't able to do it earlier. Yeah, oneup needs to make his way over to Ice Rock Cave sooner than later to get to ultimately get to his bow. Oh, a small key to Thieves. Of course, it's right outside. You get the hammer, and then you can get the small key for Thieves.
Think he'll go inside? I think he's going inside.
Yeah, he's going. All right. From his perspective, though, okay, because he hasn't gone to Pod, so it looks like the big pet play is Pod in order to get your Quake medallion. Was that it? Oh, and the big key for Turtle Rock, but they can't use that yet. Yeah, I'm not sure which small keys Hahasell missed, because they've been checking roughly the same things.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
And I think oneup actually skipped the vanilla big key chest. All right, both of our racers opening up a big chest, and we got a big key for Pod and a big key to Skull Woods, which is actually sort of useless. It only unlocks one item. But Pod, big key in Mire, so you actually had to double dip Pod. You have to go get Quake in Pod and come here to get Quake. Wait, I said that. You had to go to Pod to get Quake and come here to get the big key to Pod. I'm sorry. Still, required double dip of Pod. Welcome to Key Sanity.
It's always about how many dungeons can I not double dip. But in some cases, you're just forced to do so.
Yeah. You know what would be really funny is if Kane is like on Helmassar.
I think my head would explode then.
All right, there is another hint tile coming up. Are we going to get something actual useful? Fire locked in Misery Mire. What is oneup about to pick up? GT
These
hints.
hints.
Another hint. Hey, you're about to pick up GT Big Key.
The prophecy is fulfilled yet again, boys.
That's right. Oh my gosh. All right, oneup. You need to check Ice Rock Cave. You need to go there. Looks like he's gonna go do Skull Woods though. Another small key. What do we got? Ganon's Tower. You know, we're going to get one good hint this whole race, and it's going to be amazing. So oneup is going to go clear Skull Woods. We've already seen this on Hahasell side. Looks like Hahasell is gonna go pick up his silvers.
He could pick up his silvers. He might. Did he check the hint that was inside Swamp Palace?
No, neither of our runners have gone into Swamp yet.
He could walk in there quick and at least check the hint.
I think Hahasell was really hoping to find the pod big key before committing the pod. Because with 5 small keys, you could clear it. You could full clear it. Oh, we might be getting a pyramid and catfish unless he's making his way over to pod. Yep, pyramid catfish. Sometimes you just need to commit to those dungeons in Key Sanity. Like, yes, limit double dipping if you can, but sometimes you got it. Especially Pod and Mire. Item dense locations. Oh, we might be seeing Aghanim's Tower. Just the first chest, because that's all they have.
On one up side, Mothula is going to be engaged. $20.
Leslie done for one up. Picking up his second crystal. So he's slightly behind in crystal count, but he does have that pod big key from that hole going into pod and the double dipping situation. So Hahasell was making his way to pod, but now he's like, no, wait, I want to go to catfish first. Maybe even Zora while he's at it. 1955 rupees. I don't think there was anything good in Skullwoods itself, so One Up is just going to clear this, but be a little disappointed that he's still missing that bow. Oh! A unique item from someone friendly again.
And that would open up at least entering Turtle Rock as well.
Man, we have the big key and all the small keys. Like, how far do you go? It's a lot of items in there.
I don't think he has the big key yet, at least according to the tracker.
I should say for us and our knowledge.
Yeah.
The last pod small key, which One Up is going to need. So from what we know, One Up needs to go to Ice Rock Cave to get his desert big key, which ultimately leads to his bow. And he's going to have to go to Catfish and Zora, both for the item and for the key. Meanwhile, Hahasell has to commit to pod, which is what we're seeing right now. So he'll be rewarded with Quake. And then we'll have to see, does he opt to go to Turtle Rock and just gamble it, or does he go over to Meyer instead? For at the top of the screen, you'll see our mode. The crystal and pendant means all dungeons. Link means it's open mode. What's the question mark? Is that randomized sword? I think so.
Yes.
And is normal for normal difficulty. And the key, of course, is our favorite key sanity marker. Half magic, can't get it without the cape. No, Triforce Hunt is not one of the modes. We just have Randomizer, Inverted, and Key Sanity, and Retro. Those are our special modifiers. Although technically Inverted goes with Standard and Open, but it's like a variation.
As far as the tournament rules are concerned, it's a variation.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the secondary tournament, they're like going all out with the different settings. All right, there's the big key to Turtle Rock for Hahasell. Oh, one up, making his way to Ice Rock Cave, about to be rewarded with the Desert Big Key. And that is what we call a Sphere 1 location. That's something that our racers could get to without having any other items in the game aside from bombs. Which the randomizer always assumes you can get bombs. So, Sphere 1. I'm guessing one up might be picking up his silvers as well. No? Oh, this could be beneficial if he's doing pyramid catfish.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, right now, our racers are essentially covering ground that the other one has had. So I do want to remind everyone to, if you have a chance, go ahead and give them a follow. They've joined the tournament. They got through the qualifiers. So if you want to see more Zelda, go for it. Give them a follow. Here's Quake for Hahasell. So he's going to have a decision coming up. Does he go to Meyer, or does he make use of that Turtle Rock Big Key and just gamble Turtle Rock? I can't even make a call of which of our racers are ahead at this point. They're both very close. Looks like Hahasell has opted to do Meyer, so he'll be rewarded with the Pod Big Key, which means he can complete Pod. So he'll have to clear this, and one up is about to pick up his cane, and if he does Zora, he'll have that Pod Small Key that he needs, so he'll actually be in good shape as well. He still needs Bow, so he's going to have to go to Desert. But otherwise, it's fairly close. Fairly close. Yeah, both players could opt to do the same settings for their race. It's just the first race is determined by the higher seed, the second race is determined by the lower seed, and the third one is random with vetoes, as in each person gets to veto one of the settings. Within reason.
It's like one from each category.
Yeah. All right, one up, taking his cane, gonna go finish Meyer while he's here, and then he might be going into Desert right afterwards, which is nice because he'll be rewarded with Bow then. So at least we see Meyer wasn't a required double dip. It was just Pod so far. Hahasell doesn't even check the hint, but that's okay, because here's a GT big key. OneUp about to face Vitreous. The downside here for OneUp is that without the bow, it's not gonna be fast. It's not too bad. Tempered, 12 hearts, blue tunic. Essentially do any percent strats.
Yeah,
What?
It's fitting for Halloween, the spooky action glitch.
That's a new one to me. I gotta learn that.
I won't pretend to understand how it works. It's like you fool the game into thinking you're hitting the switch or something.
Right. I think it has a precise setup from what I remember. It's not something you normally do unless you're double dipping Meyer, if I recall.
Blue cane strats. I can dig that.
All right, Vitreous down for OneUp. That is his third crystal. And a fully completed Meyer.
And a possible trip to Hahasell?
Well, hopefully he'll go get his bow first.
Oh, I hope so too.
Yep, I think we are going to get a desert play. So OneUp will finally get his bow. And maybe even beat Desert while he's here. And we're going to see, I imagine, some bow strats on Hahasell side for Vitreous.
The silver arrows just tear through these eyeballs.
Nicely done for Hahasell. OneUp has picked up his bow. He's making his way to Landmo right now. So at this point, our racers have essentially caught up to each other. Hahasell slightly in the lead at this point. He can opt to go back and finish pod while he's there. Or he might go up to Turtle Rock. Let's see. We're going to get a pod finish. And a Hahasell check, I imagine. So we're still looking for that ice rod. We're still looking for flippers. Given what they can access right now, I think Turtle Rock is it. Within logic, I should say.
Laser Bridge could have a lot of value on it.
That's right. All right, there's a fourth crystal. Yeah. Wait, what? Third crystal. Okay, because Meyer was pendant.
Yeah, we found the desert small key.
Really?
Yeah.
From Hahasell.
Mm-hmm.
What is this game doing? Well, that's two more locations. And right behind Hahasell, OneUp has fluted over to the pod region. You can see they're within 1 minute of each other right now. So we are over an hour in, and this is how close our racers are. They've sort of converged. It's probably due to where the items are, but despite the diverging paths, here they are.
Yeah, Hahasell opting to buffer this.
Ah, just rupees. I do want to remind our viewers, this was a required double dip. You had to come here, get Quake, use Quake to get in Mire to get the big key, so you can come back and finish it. Alright, what does oneup decide to do first? It looks like he's gonna go take a look at the big chest first. Oh, got lucky with the hit there.
He's like clipped through the rail then?
Yeah.
Hahasell making his way to Helmasaur King.
We got tempered, we got silvers, if you want to use them. Beating Helmasaur at about the 113.30 mark. Let's see when oneup also does the final blow. But nothing here. So, yeah, I think our progression's up at Turtle Rock. Unless it's on the right-hand side of the desert. Because, of course, the game would do that.
And Pod was, in fact, a crystal.
And we still don't know all of our pendants, huh?
I think Tower of Hera was actually a pendant. I think I remember seeing that on OneUp's map.
Well, so the thing is, the only thing you're gonna get in the pendant dungeons, it just means that the big keys for those dungeons could be in GT. That's all we're looking for. All the required items, I mean, we need flippers to either do swamp, which is a crystal, or ice. And we need ice rod to do crystal turtle rock, so we're not going to get those in GT. All right, right-hand side for Hahasell, opting to do this first just in case he would get ice rod over here. One of our useless Mire keys instead. oneup finishing at about the 115 mark, so they're about a minute and a half off of each other. Now, if oneup flutes right up to Turtle Rock, we're gonna have a little catch up here. All right, Hahasell heading towards Turtle Rock. oneup, what do you decide to do? I mean, the only reason it matters for Crystal and Pendant is if you need to do something like the pedestal, or if you need to go into Ganon's tower to get the items you need for the pendant dungeon. So it is useful to know, but it's not really critical. Oh, Hahasell never did Spiral Cave. Okay. We get a flute to 1. This is close.
Indeed.
Okay, oneup is so it's a little faster to go the southern route using hookshot, especially because you have it equipped. I'm not sure why he's taking the northern route this time. Oh,
That might be
Spike Cave. He has not done it.
We always forget about Spike Cave until it burns you.
That's right. Well, we did see it on Hahasell's side earlier. I'm thinking that's why he didn't do Spike Cave. Or, sorry, Spiral Cave at the time.
We have another hint tile.
Yeah. Do we, though? Is it a hint? There you go.
Thanks, hint tile.
Dropping that knowledge.
So, the area above the pose refers to Graveyard Ledge.
Yep. We've already have gotten that for our racers there. I think both of them got it. Alright, so sadly they can't finish it right now because of that lack of ice rod, but given that this is the last possible place that we know, we're going to get something of progression in here. More than likely one of the big keys we're missing.
They're probably hoping for the ice rod, but we'll wait and see, I suppose.
That would be the best case scenario. If the seed's being really nice. How about shovel, which leads to our ice rod? Yeah, we do have a close race on hand here. oneup is going to have to make some kind of play if he wants to push ahead. But we're starting to run out of items at this point. And I don't think there's really any big gambles coming up unless it's going to be like who goes into Ice Palace first, looking for items. Oh, Change House not being nice.
Good news is that Hahasell does not need to steal a key.
Right. He can safely open the chest coming up here to check it. Not have to worry about finishing the dungeon. Flippers, good thing they had all the keys.
Yeah, that could have been a disaster.
So there's our flippers. So that gives us the first chest in swamp, and it gives us some chest in ice. It is possible for them to beat ice. However, that would be a sequence break without that big key. And the nice thing about ice in this, the new version of the randomizer, there's 3 hint tiles that you're probably going to pass in your course through ice. So if you're still looking for hints, that's the place to go.
I just did a quick timing. 1UP is only 1minute and 25 seconds behind right now.
Wow. And they're still missing a fair number of items. We need big keys for Eastern, for Hera, technically for Ice. We're missing the small key for Swamp. We haven't gotten any Aghanim's Tower small keys. So, and there's some powder. So we got fetch quests only in Turtle Rock. And Ice Rod. I don't know if I mentioned it, but we need Ice Rod still. So we have 2 more things to check for fetch quests after we leave this, and then it's a decision. Do we check just 1 chest in Swamp, or do we just go do Ice and skip the big chest? All right, last chance for Ice Rod to be here. 4 more chests to go.
Nope.
The trick for dashing here is you want to be over the halfway point on the ledge. So you want to be above it. And when you hit that little wall, you'll actually be put... There's the Ice Rod! The dream! A single dip Turtle Rock.
I was getting worried there for a second.
Jeez. Alright, Hahasell is going to do a safety save for if he dies.
It's the last minute bailout.
Oh, good thing. There's ice, big key, so they could go do it and not lose any sleep over it. All right, let's see. Hera's a pen. So we still need that Eastern big key, and we need the Swamp small key before we can even go into Ganon's Tower. And yeah, actually, that's not too bad of a result. If the Hera big key is in Ganon's Tower, that's like the best thing. The trolliest thing would be if it's up in like validation chests. So then it's like it's better for you to beat the dungeon and just make your way back up the Hera. But if it's in the basement, easy. You go outside, you mirror, you do Hera, and then you go back in. There's the Ice Rod for 1UP. He also made his backup. Oh, good shot there. That's okay. Hahasell finishes off Try next. One more item here. See if it's that Eastern big key we're looking for. Nope, just a boomerang.
And that would be both of our 5-6 crystals that we found.
Oh man, we have Pyramid Fairy as well, huh? I would think that the best play at this point is just Ice. You can full clear it. There's a bunch of chests you can get, and like I mentioned, 3 hints. Maybe you'll get lucky, and one of the hints will be for the Pyramid Fairy, so you know to skip it. Alright, we're going to check our fetch quest on the Hahasell side, while 1UP makes his way up the Trinex.
Alright, Magic Bat, what you got? No.
Nope.
Nothing. Alright, and 1UP is in phase 2 of Trinex.
Alright, that's his 5th crystal. Hahasell is gonna go take a look at Shovel since he was there. So here's the play. 1UP needs to just go right to ice. Dash. Shovel dash. Small key? Is it ice? Nope. Skullwoods. I think that's our last Skullwood small key too. Alright. Making the play to ice. Let's see if 1UP does the same. Oh, here we go. We have a race. 1UP right behind Hahasell. Oh, Hahasell's gonna do the flipper stuff first. Oh man. 1UP gonna be the first to enter ice. There's a swamp small key at the waterfall fairy, so 1UP will need to go pick that up. And he already saw Zorledge. I don't think we saw the hobo yet, though. The guy under the bridge.
I missed the hint. We'll see if in the second stream here. A unique item requires boots.
What? Yeah, how about that? How about that glove?
Thanks, game.
Thanks. Alright, we got 2 more hint tiles in here. We can still get something useful. Alright, so they'll be able to full clear ice. Technically, it's a sequence. Is it? Yeah, I think it is a sequence break because of the... Actually, no, because you don't need a key since they have the cane. Okay, so... Not a sequence break to complete this dungeon right now.
I won't pretend to understand Ice Palace key logic.
It's a little weird because you can drop in, so you can essentially skip one of the doors.
Hey,
The boots!
We know where the boots are at.
We could have had it this whole time.
In case it isn't clear by now, the hint system doesn't care about the logic.
Nope. Hey, sometimes you really get some good hints. I will say it has made a difference in the past. Just not today. Although my favorite is still the GT Big Key hint. I think that was my favorite one. Because it's a good hint. It's just completely useless here.
There we go. Getting the bomb jump on the second shot.
Oh, one of our castle tower small keys is here. We need 2 of those to be able to kill Aghanim in Aghanim's tower. So that's good.
Hey, we know where the hook shot's at as well.
Seed's batting 1,000 on these hints.
10 out of 10, best hints ever. Would hint again.
The Ice Palace big key, absolutely. I mean, it's required by logic anyway to beat the dungeon, but yeah. Well, there's the small key for ice, so everything's within logic, no problem. That was another Ganon's Tower small key, right?
Yes, I think that's our 4th that we've seen.
Right. And we have the Swamp small key, so yeah. We just need the Eastern big key and the Hera big key ultimately. Got a high five from Erasers here.
And the all-important bug net.
Oh, good, we can actually go kill Aghanim now. Once we get the keys. It really is a good thing our racers waited to get that big key. Otherwise, I mean, just coming back just for this chest would have been horrible.
There's our 2nd castle tower small key.
Wait.
Or
no, that was our first one.
oh, it was the first one? Okay.
Yeah.
Oops.
I was worried for a moment, like, wait, did I miss it? That was the one we already picked up.
No, Sinak missed it.
All right, looks like 1UP will be our first Vitreous, Cold Stare here.
That's right, needing magic. Because you have to have a full magic bar to bring that shield down with just fire rod shots.
Right. Now 1UP does have, I think they both actually have the backup green potion that they picked up earlier. So not too bad if things go wrong. Oh no, the ice blocked him from being able to do spins. Alright, no backups. Be careful, 1UP. I think will... No, I think he can take one hit from them. But of course, then he can't be hit by ice.
I think he'll just nuke him with the fire rod.
Right, safety strats. Taking a death here is very time consuming, so... There you go. They both finish Cold Stare at the same time. Have a heart container for your troubles. And our racers are synced up. Now, there are a couple of chests that Hahasell has checked that 1UP has not. I forget which one of them went to do the Thieves' big chests. So...
I think Hahasell went for it.
Alright. So Hahasell is a couple of checks up on 1UP, but as long as 1UP keeps following the dungeon logic, I think he'll be okay. Oh no.
This is going to be time. It's going to be time consuming for 1UP.
If he just because he's gonna get. Oh, that's right. He hasn't checked both of these things. That's why he came over here. So he's gonna do the magic bat. He's gonna get the thief small key here, and then he's gonna decide: do I actually want to go and do this? No, oneup got the small key for swamp, didn't he? Oh, it was at the fairy spot.
Yes.
Oh no.
I know.
He didn't opt to do it right after ice.
This is gonna be. He's gonna have to quickly figure out.
Okay.
We're gonna get our hint check.
Thanks, game. I mean, I think normally that's a useful hint. Telling you what's on the left-hand side of Meyer, that's 2 chests that you could skip if it's useless. It's just, they already know it.
I think we've had like 0 to 15 out of our hints.
I think the only other hint that we can easily get to is the one in Hera, and by then I imagine our racers will be done. And there's also, they're going to pass by one in Agnes Tower. But again, I feel like they're going to be done by then.
It could hint to the key for Eastern.
Yeah, if they actually get like the Castle Tower small key or the Hera big key first, I could see that. Swamp, of course, does not require the big key to beat the dungeon, which is unusual. There's only one other dungeon that's actually like that, which is Skull Woods. And it's just this weird situation where the small key is much more important, which is, the issue that oneup has, because he has to go take a swim if he wants that small key. Looks like Hahasell didn't do the left-hand side, did he?
No, we do know that there's a sword over there. That was the one hint that was.
Oh, that's right.
That's our one semi-useful hint.
That was ages ago we got that hint. There's our other Castle Tower small key.
Don't accidentally use the mirror. And Hahasell claims crystal number 6. Or this would actually be 7, wouldn't it?
Alright, so oneup needs to take a swim to get the key he's missing. It looks like he's going to do the Pyramid Fairy, though. Both of them are. Man, where are those big keys?
I mean, they could easily be in. They could be in GT right now. GT is open for Hahasell. I think the fill logic though for GT puts 15 junk items in GT.
I think you.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, is it 15 or I thought it was a random number of junk items, not guaranteed to be 15.
I thought at one point it was 15. They may have changed it.
Yes, this is all dungeon, so we will need those big keys.
Pyramid Fairy's the bomb.
So it looks like oneup is going to opt to beat Aghanim's Tower now while he's here. There's one more item that we haven't seen here. It could be one of those big keys we're missing. Meanwhile, Hahasell's going to finish up, check the man under the bridge, and then maybe do GT.
Yeah. I mean, oneup did find that other key, so he'll be able to knock out Aga 1. Or the CT, I should say. I mean, Hahasell is on a path that he's gonna pick up that castle tower small key.
Ether.
Maybe.
Yep, I think so. So yeah, he's gonna be set. So oneup is just missing the swamp small key right now, which was in the waterfall fairy. Thanks, game. That's right. Lumberjacks have a small key, but we don't need small keys anymore. What small key do they have? I thought we got... Oh no, we're missing one for ice, and we're missing the Hera small key. So from our perspective, we don't need it. However, well, I guess one of the big keys could be in Hera Basement. But from OneUp's perspective, that could be the Swamp Small Key that he saw earlier. So he would rather gamble this since it's required. We're getting our guesses in here for the blue balls. Oh, I thought we were. I saw numbers.
I think they're numbers for the number of hits against them. There's our second blue ball, though. Aga 1 just not being nice.
Dancing with Aghanim as he teleports away.
I mean, from OneUp's perspective, that key could be the swamp small key, couldn't it?
Yeah. And I think for Hahasell, he was just checking the items to see if maybe the Eastern Big Key was there. So that way he can, like, save a trip up Death Mountain if possible. Honestly, worst case, this is the Hera small key for 1-up. Because then he's going to go up there. And that would be bad. So don't be it. Ice. Okay.
Very good.
I mean, he's still a dungeon behind. He's going to have to do Swamp. And I imagine he's going to complete most of it. I think he got the hint for the left-hand side, so... Oh no, we're going to get a Thieves Dip? I hope he didn't forget about Waterfall Fairy. I know that can happen. Like, you went to Azora earlier, so you just mentally check off in your head, I finished this area. Alright, egging him down for Hahasell. He can make his way up to Ganon's Tower, because that's the only place items can be right now. What? I've never... I don't understand this route for Hahasell.
Maybe you thought there was like a way to jump down or something?
What else does he have to check? Oh, he's getting that small key. This is Key Sandy, normal mode, all dungeons. Just Ice Palace. So we still have a missing Hera small key somewhere. Oh, that's right. There's the big key here, and then 1-up's gonna go do the big chest in Skull Woods. And that was just a heart container, I think. Hahasell is making his way up to Ganon's Tower. So guess what time it is, chat? It's time for you to guess where the big keys to Eastern and Hera are, because we need those. And they're probably in Ganon's Tower? Asterix. Because we can get that... Yeah, we can get that weird situation where it's like one of the big keys leads to the other big key. Or the Hera small key, no less. So go ahead, pick two numbers. You can go up to 27. Because we have the 22 normal chest, we have the big chest, which is 23, and then we have the 4 upstairs. And then you can also pick an even... You can pick up the, what, 29? No, 30? I don't know. Some crazy number, because, again, we can have a weird situation where a big key leads to another big key. Alright, 1-up. Okay, I think he's doing water stuff. He has remembered. It's just a shame. He's a full dungeon behind at this point. Just getting trolled by a couple of items have trolled him this whole game, and he was doing fairly well. I mean, they had that sink in ice. But here is a small key for 1-up to Swamp. Number 1 is Swamp. So that could be another place. And there's a... Oh my gosh.
Wow. Game, please.
Oh, this is fun.
Yeah, your corner's just not catching a break with anything, really.
So here's the question. Let's just say you miss one of the big keys in this bottom section here. Do you leave to do Hera before you continue upstairs?
I would say yes. I think it'd be a good call because you could get the rest of the items you need. And you have to do it anyway.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to run back up and do Hera later. We got our Bombos medallion and the mushroom.
Alright, so that's 6 so far. Nothing. And mushroom is another thing we can check. One-Up has made his way into Swamp, and he's probably gonna full clear most of it. I don't know if he's gonna do left-hand side. There's the cape, but it does not... What was on the... Oh, half magic. Here we go. 8 Eastern. The last Ganon's Tower, small key. Alright, so if your first number was an 8, you are well on your way to being correct.
Chest number 12, $5.
Running a little low on magic there, but he has a refill potion, not too bad. Not 13.
Alright, and this will be chests 14 through 17.
$14. Our last bottle, 15, nothing. 16 and 17, nothing. One-Up is making his way downstairs. He's just a minute away from Argus. Now, the best time to check that big chest is probably here before going down to fight Armos 2. Was that 18?
Yes.
Still nothing. Yeah, easy to forget that big chest because you never check it in the other modes. There's no reason to ever check it, but key sanity all dungeons. Yeah, you can check it alright. $19, $20, $21. We just need one more big key. It looks like he's going to head up to the big chest now. Alright, One-Up finishes off Argus with some silvers. He'll be able to make his way into Ganon's Tower now. 22. So here's the big question. Okay, he's skipping Tower Room right now. So that's one question he has answered for himself. So it's like, do you do Tower Room? We still have the Hera basement. We have all of those other things. So here's where oneup can catch up. If he makes a different call than Hahasell at this point, essentially it means going to, Hera basement or just opting to do Eastern first, and it paying off. That is what he needs right now. They have the Hera small key. They got that.
Alright, Hahasell making his way through the gauntlet.
Right, if he checks the Tower Room, he has to make a different call than Hahasell at this point. If he wants to have any chance of pulling the lead. I guess the logic for Hahasell is, number one, there's 4 chests upstairs, so let me go do it. And 2, I'm gonna have to come back and do Hera anyway, so let me go do, Eastern and check these other things, and then go up. Because then you'll know by then it's in one of the Tower Rooms. So he's gonna go to the item-dense locations first, which is a nice call. See if it pays off.
It's always satisfying to one-cycle those Wiz robes.
Such trolley keys. Hits the game and just leaves it. Nah, I don't want it.
Cape is overrated.
Alright, here we go. What are we at? 23? 24? $25. Where is the Hera big key? I should ask chat, where do you want the Hera big key to be? 26. It is not upstairs in Ganon's Tower. There's one more chest that we've seen skipped. Mushroom's an easy check. You can just flute over there. Swamp's rough. Having to go back and double dip that. Oh. And that is a required double dip, no less, if it's there.
It's a double.
One of the eastern chests.
One more. There we go.
I think our tracker is misclicked. He has the Eastern big key. He did not finish Eastern. So before Hahasell can fight Ganon, he needs to finish all the dungeons. So he will not jump down here. He's going to leave. Probably go to Eastern first. Nope. Missing the duck. Oh, we're gonna do check mushroom first. Real quick check. Number 27. So I'm gonna try to keep track of this if I can. It's a race right now between oneup and Hahasell finding that big key, but with Hahasell having the advantage of completing Ganon's tower so far. Like, honestly, if oneup opts to do tower room now and it's there, that is a decent advantage. I don't know if that will be the difference, but it'll be close. Now, we've already checked Hahasell, we've checked Ped. Like, this is it. We're running out of items. Oh, we're doing a tower room. Alright. This is the play. Play of the game. Is this gonna make the difference for oneup right here? $28, just bombs.
Drum roll, please.
No!
No.
Not tile room! Oh man, it's either here in Armo's swamp or Hera basement. That was oneup's chance, and it was a good try.
You could still opt to check Hera basement before climbing GT.
Right. That would help, but I don't think that'll make a big enough difference for him to win the game at this point. There it is. It's at Armos 29. If you pick the numbers 8 and 29, go buy a lottery ticket because maybe it'll go well. Don't actually, but yeah.
At 2 hours, 4 minutes, 20-some seconds, Hahasell is in go mode.
Welcome to Key Sanity All Dungeons. Alright. So Hahasell just has to finish off Hera at this point.
And oneup is, in fact, opting for the Hera basement.
I mean, this was the play. He had to make those plays. But unfortunately, it's not going to pan out. Did we even see Sankart? This might be Sankart. I guess it could be upstairs too. Nope, just 50. I think for both of our runners, they have nearly a 100% item completion rate.
I mean, it's going to be north of, like, probably 190.
Yeah. I mean, there's a few standing items they might have left, so those won't be counted. Hahasell, like, he missed Tower Room, he's missing Hera Basement, he's gonna miss the two chests, sorry, in Hera here. Where was the red mail? I thought it was... Oh.
Yeah.
Alright, that's all the dungeon for Hahasell. He just has to fight Ganon at this point. One-Up is making his way upstairs.
I mean, he's got tempered sword, red mail, a ton of hearts, silver arrows. This is going to be a very fast fight. Thanks, Ganon.
Ganon has some trivia.
Ganon, please.
Well, I mean, they worked this hard to finish the seed. They can wait a few teleports.
Alright. We're almost out of phase 3.
Oh no. One-Up missed the torch.
And that's 4 hits with the silver arrows.
GG to Hahasell. He is our winner this race. Assuming he walked through that door. There we go.
Alright, and Hahasell has finished this race with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 8 minutes, and 55 seconds.
And just shy of the sub 2. GG to Hahasell. I don't think I'd call this a generous seed.
No.
Alright, it looks like he has joined us. GG Hahasell.
Yo, thank you.
So, how about those big keys?
Oh my goodness. I had a feeling this was going to be a seed where GT was going to have something pendant related, but I didn't expect it to have something pendant related that led to the last big key. That was a little ridiculous.
So, at one point you were both in sync. You were both in ice at the same time, and you both grabbed the crystal at the same time. The only difference was that One-Up did not get the Swamp Small Key yet by then.
Ooh.
And he, unfortunately, got sidetracked, and it was essentially the last place he could possibly look. So that would be the big difference. He, of course, also made some gambles in GT. He, tried to do the tile room, which we know you skipped. And he did the Hera basement. Looking for that big key.
Those tile rooms, I was a little worried about, but it was just a numbers play. You know, I'd found Eastern Big, I'd found, I knew there were 4 chests upstairs. I figured I'd take the risk.
Yeah, we were talking about that. Better to go for the item density and just you had to go back and do Eastern anyway, so if it turned out that the big key was in one of the tile rooms, you're gonna be in that area anyway. If you have to beat Hera.
Yeah, exactly. I was more worried about finding that swamp big key, but luckily it never came to that.
The seed likes its trolls.
Speaking of trolls, I'm gonna ask more lighthearted question here. What did you think about the high quality hints that we got this time around?
Finding out that the boots were in Eastern like 2 times right after I found them, can't beat it.
So good. How about that GT big key? There it is. It's coming. It's coming. Oh, you didn't see that hint, did you?
No, I remember finding it. I don't remember where it was, but I remember just being like, oh, well, I already did left side Meyer just out of principle because it's key sanity.
The hint above the big chest, the big key chest in Meyer was the one telling you where the GT big key was, which is where GT big key was.
What a great spot for it.
I know. All right, oneup is in Eastern now. He's going to open a big chest and then fight Armos and get the big key he's looking for. I'm actually curious to see what both of your item completions will be. We don't see it on stream yet. We'll find out momentarily.
I'm guessing about 190 to 195, but we'll be surprised here.
I'm going to guess 198. That's my guess.
I won't spoil the surprise.
I'll go with 195 then.
Yeah, I felt like I ended up last locationing a lot of items in the seed.
Yeah, the seed
keys.
It's just what it did. The one thing that sort of put you behind in about the mid game was just putting off pods so long. I mean, it turned out to be a required double dip, but you didn't know that at the time. You were just sort of like, let me... I could tell you were looking for that big key first before you committed, so you could avoid a double dip.
Yeah, once I found Quake in there, I knew that was a mistake, but I was going to go to Pod right before I ended up going to Catfish, but I was just like, I'm already at Pyramid, I guess I should just go to Catfish, and that was a really good decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put off Pod for way too long. I know, especially with how many keys, like, they gave us all of the keys for Pod. I should have gone much earlier, but it's just how the seed worked out this time.
So we knew what was in there because of oneup, but he was missing the bow for a good hour. Like, after you found it. Just because he put off doing Ice Rod Cave for so long. So he had, he went into Pod early, he got Quake. He was able to follow the Quake logic to go get the Pod big key, but without bow, he wasn't able to like complete it.
Yeah, I can see that. I don't know. I feel like my early game, I did a lot of very odd routing, but it ended up paying off because I hit a lot of one-off locations with that flute and got a lot of information.
All right, oneup is making his way up to Hera. He's almost done. He just has to go fight Moldorm here, and then Ganon, and then we're done. Should be done in about 5 more minutes.
So Hahasell, this was your first game in your series. You don't have to answer this question if you don't want to, but what are you thinking going into game 2? What do you think oneup is going to maybe pick on you, or?
To be honest, I'm not sure. I mean, I feel pretty comfortable with pretty much all of these modes, so it'll be interesting to see what he decides to do. But I mean, he's a good runner. It's, nothing's given, especially in group stage. I mean, there's been so many incredible matches so far. It just shows how deep the talent pool is for this tournament. So I'm looking forward to our next match for sure.
Well, this is your second race overall in your group. Have you scheduled your other races for this week?
I've got a couple more this week. I've got one that I'm doing tomorrow versus Liam Atlas, and then which is my first one against him, and then one against Fear Agent on Saturday.
And will they both be Key Sanity, or are you opting for something different?
I'm trying to mix it up a bit because I really like Key Sanity, but I don't want to play it, you know, for every match that I get to choose. I kind of want to vary it, so I'm doing a retro tomorrow, and then I think I ended up doing an Randomizer on Saturday, so it should be fun.
And there goes Moldorm. I was about to say Moldorm 2. That's Moldorm 1 for 1UP. And more importantly, a 198 collection rate. Nailed it for Hahasell.
Cheater.
I had no idea. I honestly had no. I'm just like, this looks like a good number. I'm gonna guess it.
So close to that 200.
It was like, despite the all dungeons and just the trolliness, coming that close to sub 2 is really good.
Yeah, I was actually really surprised that I managed to finish it in the time that I did because of all the big key placement, all of just the weird spots and double dips that the game ended up making you do. Although I will give a quick shout out to Turtle Rock for putting Ice Rod on Laser Bridge.
I know, that was generous.
I was really worried. Like, I knew flippers were going to be there, and I was hoping that Ice Pal's big key was going to be there just to make that easier, but finding Ice Rod there was really nice.
And it is a good thing you guys waited before going into Ice for that Ice Pal's big key, because it was actually required for the key that was in the chest there. I think it was a castle key.
Yeah, I think so. I was getting worried about those near the end. I was like, huh.
Waited so late for them.
Really weird. And then I was freaking out a little bit about the key in Lumberjack Cave. So I was like, okay, I gotta go and do Castle Tower as fast as possible, because that might be the Hera small key. It'd be really nice to get that done before I go into GT. But it was just another Ice Palace key, and I was like, alright, whatever.
It's actually funny how many small keys were just within sight, and it's like, I have to go pick this up eventually.
OneUp is working now on phase 4, Ganon. It's a double.
Only a single here. And that's it for OneUp. As soon as he walks through this door, looks like we have a difference of about 10 minutes overall. There we go.
And OneUp finishes this race with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 19 minutes, and 16 seconds. GG to him.
GG's. Let's see if he also opts to join us here in chat.
It looks like so. GG OneUp.
Hey, OneUp, GG's.
Yo, GG OneUp. Great race.
Oh, it looks like he has no mic, so he'll be able to hear us. And I think he's going to be in the Twitch chat here. Yep. Unfortunately, OneUp, just getting trolled by a couple of items. I mean, the bow sort of stumped you for a while, but the worst thing was probably the swamp small key, I would say. That was what really put you behind, because as we were telling Hahasell, you guys were in sync. You both picked up the Ice Palace crystal at the same time. So at that point, you were less than a minute from each other, but unfortunately just getting sidetracked and going, looking for the swamp small key elsewhere rather than the waterfall fairy is really what hurt the most. But still, you guys were both very close for most of it. Like, you diverged, so we couldn't really tell who was ahead, but you were both like fairly even in crystal count, and just coming together by ice and being like a minute apart. It was fun. Right. It always feels bad when it's the last possible place you could have looked, and that was your item. You know, at that point you're feeling behind. And I do appreciate the gambles you made in Ganon's Tower. Like, you tried the tile room, you went out and did Hera tile room, because honestly, if those ended up being the Hera big key, it might have made a difference. I don't think it would have saved you 10 minutes at that point, but it would have been a much closer race.
Yeah, like Jet was saying, I actually skipped both of the tile rooms in GT and Hera, so if it had been there, then I don't know. This would have been a really close race.
Yeah, but definitely well done. It was a good race. Trolley Seed, of course, with the excellent hints that you received, telling you exactly where to go when you needed it. Pretty good. Right, trying to avoid those double dips. It's tricky. You don't know. You just have to sort of commit at some point. But it was a required double dip for Pod. It was a required, I guess, Death Mountain trip, I guess we can say. Because you had to go into Ganon's Tower to get the Eastern Big Key, to do Eastern, to come back up and complete Hera. It was a mess.
One up bringing up a point about at least there was one useful hint, and that was what was on the west side of Swamp. We knew it was a sword and some money, so we were able to skip it.
It's true. We got one useful hint. And I did mention there was going to be one useful hint. It wasn't that useful, but hey, it saved us like 2 minutes. All right, so yeah, well done to both of our runners. I do want to remind people, if you're still here in chat, go over to their streams, give them a follow. We got plenty more races for them to come. This was OneUp's 4th race, so he still has 11 more in the tournament itself. I imagine there's going to be some practice there as well. Hahasell, same thing. He's only done 2 races, so he has 13 more at minimum for this tournament, and maybe some more practice. So go stop by, give him a follow, say hi. It's good stuff. And thank you to our tracker for keeping up with the key sanity. Siriu. And I think that's it for us. Do you guys have any last words before we call it a night?
Just a couple things. First one, I love that Thieves Town bait, finding the small key and then finding the big key to Skull Woods. That was a fun one. And then, yeah, I mean, I just want to say thank you to you guys for commentating. Appreciate that as always. Thanks to our tracker for doing an awesome job. And thank you all for being here, chat. You know, it's fun playing in front of a bunch of people.
Indeed. And don't forget, everybody, we have 6 speed gaming channels that you need to also follow. And we've got 5 ALTTP randomizer channels. That's Speed Gaming 2 through 6. And then ALTTP randomizer, and then ALTTP randomizer 2 through 5. There will be matches on there for the next 2-3 months solid. So give those all a follow so you know when there's matches coming down the pipe.
That's right. This tournament has just started. And if you're not tired right now and you want to watch some more randomizer, there is a race going on Speed Gaming, on the main Speed Gaming channel, which is Kyong versus Chex Human. So maybe I don't know if it's going to be hosted or not, but hey, if you want more Link to the Past, head on over there. But I think that's it for us. So thank you all for joining us, and look forward to some more races.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.